to The Explainer. Today, we're decoding the absolutely fascinating science of epigenetics. We're looking at how our genes dynamically interact with our environment in real time. It's literally a field that completely reshapes everything we thought we knew about human biology. So let's just jump right in.
So here's a big question for you. Is your DNA actually your destiny? We almost always view our genetic code as this totally unchangeable blueprint, right? Just a fixed set of instructions we're simply born with. But today, we're going to shatter that myth. We want to see if our genes are really absolute, or if there's this whole other, completely different layer of control at play here. And the answer really lies in epigenetics. By definition, these are heritable changes in gene expression that do not involve any alterations to the underlying DNA sequence itself. The best way to think about it is like a computer. Your DNA is the fixed genetic hardware, but epigenetics, that's the software running the machine. It executes these reversible modifications that determine exactly how, when, and where your genes are basically flipped on or off. Now, that famous DNA double helix we all learned about in school, that is really just the beginning of the story. Because beyond that familiar spiral lies a highly complex, honestly beautiful network of chromosomes, histones, and cellular structures. And all of this forms the ultimate interface between our genes and the cell itself. Part 1, the cellular control panel. Let's zoom in and actually look at the epigenetic mechanisms at play here. Okay, so the first major mechanism to know is DNA methylation. This basically involves adding a tiny chemical tag called a methyl group directly onto the DNA, specifically at the cytosine basis. You can kind of think of it as a molecular mute button. It works to suppress or even completely silence gene expression right there in that specific area. Next up, we have histone modifications. So your DNA actually wraps around these spool-like proteins called histones. And chemical changes here, things like acetylation or phosphorylation, can physically alter how tightly or loosely the DNA is coiled up. If that chromatin structure is wrapped way too tightly, well, the gene simply cannot be read by the cell. It's locked away. Finally, our third mechanism involves non-coding RNAs. Now, unlike the RNA that goes out and builds proteins, these are regulatory non-coding RNAs, like microRNAs, and they act post-transcriptionally. They're essentially working behind the scenes to control and precisely fine-tune gene expression at multiple levels all across the cell.
Moving on to part 2, genes meet the environment. So what exactly is flipping these microscopic cellular switches?
Well, it turns out our genes definitely do not exist in a vacuum. Environmental signals are constantly interacting directly with the epigenome. They literally cross over into the cell to physically modify our histones and alter our DNA expression. And this is where it gets incredibly personal for all of us. Everyday things, your daily diet, your stress levels, exposure to environmental toxins, and just your general lifestyle habits, these actively induce those epigenetic changes we just talked about. Basically, what you experience on a daily basis dynamically alters how your genes behave.
Which brings us to part 3, real-world health implications. Let's talk about why this actually matters for your life. Epigenetics is an absolute game changer in modern medicine. Think about it. It regulates how we develop from a single cell and even how we age over time. It's heavily implicated in cancer and chronic diseases, and crucially, it influences how we respond to different drugs. This is massive because it opens the door for highly precise, truly personalized medicine based entirely on your unique epigenetic profile. So, to just summarize the big picture here, genetics provides your fixed underlying sequence. You can think of it as the raw letters of the alphabet. But epigenetics, that dictates the dynamic, reversible expression of those genes. It's how those letters are actually read, punctuated, and formatted into meaningful sentences. And I'm going to leave you with this final, completely mind-bending implication.